guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I'm just gonna stop saying I'm gonna post twice or three times a day, cause like after I post one, I fall straight to sleep as soon as I post it. I lay there and I get ready to make another one, and then I fall asleep and wake up, and it just be like early in the morning, and then I have something to do. So yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm back with part two to What If Naruto Was the Emperor of the West remake. Yeah, someone told me to make it loud, my voice louder. If this is better, please tell me in the comments. If not, I don't know. Also, I've gotten requests for different what ifs. Let's see. If this video gets, let's say, 15 likes, I will hmm, I will accept 3 requests for what ifs and I'll do them. And you guys can come up with the abilities and powers and everything. And you can come up with, it can be My Hero Academia what if, any anime, any of a set of abilities, any reincarnations or whatever. So yeah, but besides that, please like and subscribe and let's get started. Oh yeah, and one more thing, guys. Please watch the videos all the way through. Yeah, thanks. Let's begin. So, guys, we left off where I think they were just meeting. I don't know. I think. Hold on. Yeah, let me go check it first. Okay, guys. So we left off where the guards saw the 4 Knights of Black, and one of the guards whispered under his breath, "So, oh, we're in big trouble." So if some of you guys are wondering how, if they saw Naruto, well, yeah, if they saw Naruto, they didn't know it was him. Well, obviously, his looks changed. And also, he had a white Shinigami mask on. And all they could see was his eyes were red. And yeah, Naruto can survive in the sun, even though he's part vampire, because of the chaos that I gave him. Well, that bonded with his soul. He is chaos itself. So let's skip over to Naruto and his family. He goes back to the palace and he gets in and he's upset, and Madara is still mad because, again, guys, Naruto revived Madara and Mito, and Madara and Naruto had like gained a close bond. Also, I'm gonna change Naruto's son name to something that I will most likely remember, because as we all know, I'm terrible with remembering names. I'm gonna name him Azrael, because like I was watching anime and that name popped up and I was like, you know what, that would make so much sense. So yeah, Naruto's son name will be Azrael. And Naruto sits on his throne and his wife right beside him, saying, she asks what happened. Naruto explains, and she says those leaf villagers that, she says that damn Uchiha brat, how dare he flare his dirty Sharingan at my daughter. And he says, calm down, because she was letting off, some killing intent, and it can be felt. And so, Naruto says Azrael, and he appears saying, yes, father. He says, don't get into any more altercations with that Uchiha brat. I don't want you to kill any of them just yet. He says, yes, father. And he's there, and Cerberus is playing with Sylvia, and she's giving Cerberus a belly rub, and her dragon, which I think I named. What did I name her dragon? Did I name him Acnologia? Because it would have made more sense. I don't know. But if I did not name him Acnologia, that would have made more sense. Because, Acnologia, the Dragon King, and all of that. So I'm gonna name him Acnologia if I didn't already. And Acnologia is kind of getting jealous, so she give him a belly rub too. And Naruto and his wife, they're sitting there and they're talking. The four knights of black appear, bowing, saying, "Hello, my king," or "my emperor." Says, how are they doing? Because they've been watching the Leaf Village Shinobi, and they're saying they're only here to request an audience with you after the tuning exams. But they did go to the tuning exam arc, right? Yeah, I think they did. I don't know. Or is this before? Probably after. If it's not, let's say it is. So yeah. And he was like, "Oh guys, okay, but I'm serious about this one. Part 5 to What If Naruto was Trigun and the Grand Priest reincarnation is coming out, because like I really need to make that part 5 to that one. I know. So before I go to sleep, I'm gonna post that. Yeah. So yeah, let's get started. And he says, "So really, they just want an alliance with me so they can be the number one village king." He says, "Pathetic." He says, "But I have an idea." He says, "For the ones who failed the tuning exams, we'll be having, tell every village, we'll be hosting another tuning exam um in 3 months." And he says, "Yes, my lord," and disappear. So everyone gets the news and they're thinking like, why is the emperor doing this? He's never done anything like this. And Naruto's doing this to show off his the empire's power, because he knows Danzo's plan and Minato's them plan. That's why Danzo is with him. Naruto knows this. So yeah. But then so those 3 months pass by, and everyone's showing up, all the village Kage and everything, and the Fire Lord and the blah blah blah, they all appear. And Naruto's late. And Naruto, they didn't host it in the kingdom, or they didn't host it in the empire. They hosted it in a stadium, but it wasn't in the empire. It was kind of rather far and more secluded, so there won't be any interruptions to. Yeah, you get it. If you don't, I'm just saying that it's not in the empire. It's far away from it. So yeah. So Naruto and his family shows up in this giant airship, and it lands, and it's not landing, it's just hovering, and everyone's asking like, "Who's this?" And everyone kind of notices the emblem on the ship. It's the Emperor's emblem. It's basically just like a crescent moon, but just like with a tear, as everyone thinks, but no, it's just really, a drop of blood. So yeah. And Naruto, first, all Naruto's army walks out, or the guards walk out and line up in their black armor with the red inside, and everyone knows this is the royal guard. And then the four knights of black appear, come out of their own respected realms, standing there. Naruto's advisor, which is Gaara, comes out because he didn't go. He went to go visit. Um, he went to go visit Naruto and them. So he stayed the night at the palace, or the palace, and yeah, and so that's when Cerberus came out, and so did Acnologia. Everyone's kind of scared, and they're thinking like, wondering what is this? And someone says that's the prince and princess's pets, and they're kind of like surprised, like those are pets, because like people from the Leaf Village are saying this, because everyone else knows, and that's when um Naruto's family walk out. First to walk out is his son, and then his daughter comes out right behind him in her dress, then his wife, then Naruto, and then Madara, and them. And Naruto's walking, and he gets to the podium or the stand, and a throne appears. Like I forgot what's the name from Overlord did when he was taking over the Lizard's Man home. Yeah, basically that's how it was, and it appeared. And Naruto stands up. No, Gaara says, for all the ones who've lost to the original Chunin exams, please step up. Sakura gets down there. Sasuke, all of them jumps down, and they all get down there. And then Naruto's children, everyone's wondering like, why are they getting down? Naruto's daughter floats down there. His son just teleports down there in like this black light. And everyone's wondering what's going on. Naruto said, and Gaara said, Princess and Prince will be a 2-man team, even though it's supposed to be 3-man team. But they're gonna be a 2-man team. And they say everyone's kind of surprised. Cerberus and Acnologia, they don't intervene unless it's needed, but most likely won't be. But yeah, and that's when he says first they'll have to survive the Death's Valley. It's like this giant ridge rigged with traps and giant snakes and everything, and giant scorpions. It has it all, and it's scorching hot down there because it's close. Well, it's right above a lava pit, and so they get ready and they start. All they have to do is do what they did in the original canon in the tuning exams, get the scrolls. So Sasuke and them are gathering scrolls, and Azrael and Sylvia, they already got scrolls. Like they just thought, so they were smart about it. They both disappeared and waited nearby on a cliff edge, waiting for some people to pass by, knocked them out, and took it. So yeah, and they're flying there. And some people are saying, people from the Leaf Village only is saying that's unfair, they can fly. Everyone else is saying that is fair. It's their ability. They're not cheating by using anything. And even if they were, it's not illegal to fly or anything. And yeah, Sakura was complaining. She says they're cheating, they're flying. And Azrael and Sylvia gets there in about um, about an hour or so because it was so far. And they arrive unscratched or anything. They're the first, and Sasuke and Sakura in the team, and then so forth and so on. Then, um, we go on to the next one. They did not do a written test exam or anything like that. No, they did something better. They did what they did inside the graduation exam. They did accuracy tests. These targets will pop up and you have to hit them accurately. However many you hit is however many points you get. Azrael steps up first, gets a 10 out of 10. Sylvia steps up, she gets an 8 out of 10. She's not that good with kunai. No, she gets a 10 out of 10. She's not as skilled in them, but she knows how to throw them accurately. Let's say that. Yeah, she gets a 10 out of 10. And everyone else they get what they got on their graduation exams. Yeah. And so forth and so on. Then we get to the preliminary rounds, like before they get to the real fight. So yeah, everyone went up against these random people. No one big. Yeah. Yeah. So they took like a 2 hour break, and Azrael and Sylvia went back up to the stand with their mother and father. And they're talking to them. Naruto tells Azrael and Sylvia to hold back. Don't hurt anyone that bad. Because none of them can handle their full strength. And they say, okay. Azrael says, yes, father. And Sylvia jumps on her father saying, okay. She'll hold back. And she's known as the Dragon Queen. Oh, she also has the ability to create dragons. Yeah. They all have their own little army. Azrael has his necromancy army. They look just like Sun Jin-Woo's soldiers, but they're just red and black. And he has, shadow soldiers basically, and demon soldiers, and flying demon soldiers. And then there's Naruto's army and so forth. So yeah. So they get down. The first match is Azrael versus a sand ninja that failed. And the sand ninja, throws some kunai. And Azrael, he just puts up his hand, uses his telekinesis to stop it, turn them around and send them back. The sand ninja jumps out of the way, dodging them. Then he pulls out his short sword and charges at Azrael, disappearing, seemingly, but he was Shinchuan. Beside Azrael swings it. Azrael stops it with his hand and then kicks him back. And then they get into a full taijutsu battle. And this is going on for a while. So Azrael gets tired and makes a beam in his hand. And he stops the sword hand and pulls it back and launches the beam in his chest, sitting him flying. It's not enough to kill him, but it will incapacitate him. So yeah. Then we go to okay. Then we go to Sylvia. She got put up against Sakura, of all people. Sakura says, you your dumb baka brother hurt my Sasuke kun, and so I'm gonna take out my anger on you. And Naruto's looking down there, sending out killing intent, and um, yeah, and but Naruto, most of the killing intent is not coming from Naruto, it's coming from Freya. She's looking down and she's furious that this girl dare talk to her daughter like that. And everyone from the other nations and from the Empire is saying, how dare she talk to the princess like that? How dare she? And some of them are kind of releasing their symbiotes at this point. And Naruto says that's enough. Everyone calm down. And everyone, their symbiotes, goes back into their body and everyone calms down. And the fight begins. Sakura, has been trained by Tsunade. She smashes her hand to the ground, kicks towards oh, I forgot Minma and Mito. It's Sasuke, Sakura, Minma, and Mito. They begged to let them all work together, so they did. And so Sakura punches in towards Sylvia. Sylvia just dodges it so elegantly, not wanting her headdress to fly up. She dodges it so elegantly, elegant. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Elegantly. And then, Sakura is just swinging and she's just dodging with her eyes closed. And so, Sakura thought, hey, it's a smart idea to pull her hair. She pulls Sylvia's hair. Sylvia kind of opens her eyes because she remembered her mother just brushed her hair. And that was her favorite thing when her mother brushed her hair. Sylvia got a little upset, opened her eyes, and she grabbed Sakura's hand, kneeing her in the stomach, headbutting her, and then punching her. And she flies fast towards, grabs Sakura by the face, smashes her into the wall, and shoots off just a dragon beam, hurting Sakura. Well, of course it hurt Sakura, but the dragon beam decimated one of Sakura's arms. And Sylvia was about to deal the final blow, but Azrael appeared and stopped her just in time. Well, he got down there and put his hand up and stopped the second beam that she let off. That was about to finish Sakura and probably wipe out half the stadium. And he says, "That's enough, Sylvia. Let's go." And she says, "Fine." Jumping up, flying up with her brother, or running over to her brother, and they fly back to the stands. And Sasuke and them get down there thinking like, look what you did. Just because you're a princess, you think you can do this to Sakura and get away with it? Sylvia says she pulled my hair and my mother just brushed it in a cute tone, and she scoffs and she just that, like, when they blow a lot of air out of their nose, and looks away, folding her arms, kind of pouting. And that's when Sasuke, was about to, because he kind of liked it, Sakura now. They kind of had a thing going on. And, that's when the Empress Freya says, you Leafville Shinobis are holding up the rest of this redo of the tuning exams. And they say we're not moving until Sakura gets healed, and she waves her hand. And Sakura's arm comes back, and she's just unconscious now. And she says, there, now get out of my sight. And Sasuke says, how dare you talk to me like that? And Uchiha an elite. And Naruto stands up and he appears down in the arena with the Shinigami mask on and saying, don't you dare talk to my wife like that. And he says, how dare you? And Naruto says something out loud to everyone. He says Sasuke Uchiha's battle will be postponed. His battle will be moved down to the bottom. Sasuke's opponent will be me. And everyone from the Empire kind of knew how this was going to play out, but they wanted to do this. Say Sasuke got his Rinnegan and everything, and now he thinks he's just all that. Yeah, he got his power from Orochimaru, got his Rinnegan and everything. He didn't lose his arm because the battle never happened. He just got his Rinnegan early. Yeah, the Indra and Ashura cycle still went on between Sasuke and Menma. So yeah, that's when um Naruto. So everyone else goes up and fight. It was next Menma versus Azrael. Azrael goes down and he looks at Menma saying, and he says on his breath, so you're my dad's brother, pathetic. And he says, what did you say? Under his breath, he says, nothing. Looking away, he says, get ready. I'm not as weak as the other one. He says, yeah, whatever. And, he does the Shadow Clone Jutsu and runs at Azrael. Azrael is just, blocking the attacks with his hands. Like Konohamaru did Boruto. Basically, that's how that's going. And he kicks him away. Azrael says, pathetic. And that's when Minima starts to get mad, releasing some of the Nine Tails chakra. And that's when Minato was kind of getting worried that if he hurts the prince too bad, they'll get in trouble. Kushina's thinking like the prince deserved it. Danzo was still trying to get close to the emperor. Or at least he's trying to become one of his advisors, most likely. And so he rushes at Azrael. Azrael just looking, and he, sticks out his hand, releasing a beam, shoots it at Minima, pushing him back, sending him flying. And Minima gets up and charges again, but shooting like a miniature version of the Tail Beast bomb at him. Azrael flicks it away, saying pathetic, and he releases more tails until he gets the fourth tail state. And Minato's thinking like this is getting a little too dangerous. Everyone feels it. People from the least village is kind of getting weighed down by the pressure of the chakra and everything. But people from the Empire seemed unfazed. Like like, I'm just gonna keep it real. One of them will probably be able to take down the Nine Tails. Like, their elite Jonin will be able to take down the Nine Tails. I'm not saying that because I'm trying to make them so cool or anything, but the Nine Tails is powerful. But they got symbiote. They got so much magic power. Like, their magic power is half of Naruto's. Well, not half. Like a small portion or scraps of Naruto's. And I've made it blatantly obvious. He has a lot of magic power, and he's very powerful. They have rip-off spells of Anos, but can do half the damage as the real spell. Most likely they will be able to take down the Nine Tails. And I'm not even being, biased or anything, but yeah, I love the Nine Tails. My second favorite Biju. But yeah. And so That's when, he charges and, swipes at Azrael. Azrael just stops it and then, pushes him back. And, Minima kind of gains his cool, still using the Nine Tails chakra like Naruto did against Neji, and, summons Gamabunta. Yeah, wasn't a good idea. Azrael whistles and a portal opens. Like this giant portal opens behind him while his hands are still behind his back. And Cerberus walks out. But before Cerberus gets out, everyone can just see big, these big pair of eyes. And Cerberus walks out, stepping out of the arena. Stepping out the portal, looking down on Gamabunta, saying, he didn't say anything. He growls, and Gamabunta, still thinking he's hot shit, tries to really go after Cerberus, and they having their little fight, and it's going the same way as Azrael versus Menma. Yeah, it's not going pretty well for them. So he punches at him and kicks, and then they're doing all of that. Let's go over to Gamabunta and then fight because it's pretty interesting. So Gamabunta, does his jutsu where he spits out oil and then ignites it, making it flame and whatever. Basically like a ripoff of the fireball jutsu, but it is the fireball. I don't know how to explain it. That ability or move or jutsu. Cerberus eats the fire and then he shoots out his own fire, which is hellfire, burning Gamabunta's arm. Then Cerberus runs and all three of his heads bite Gamabunta, hurting him severely, and Gamabunta gets summoned back. And then Cerberus lets off his own version of the Tail Beast bomb. He was about to let it off at Minma. And Naito kind of seeing this is going a little far, peering down there, still with the Shinigami mask on in his long type robe, stopping it, and he says, "Sit, boy." Cerberus sits, and he says, "Roll over," and he scratches his stomach, saying, we obviously see who the winner is for this match." And, he says, Azrael, I never came up with a last name for Naruto. You guys can come up with his last name. So, yeah, guys, I know this was a short one, but that's where I'm going to leave it off. Oh, yeah, next we'll see Sylvia versus Mito. Yeah, please like and subscribe. I kind of gotta get started on that. What's the name? What if I'm probably not gonna be able to post it tonight? I'll post it in the morning at I don't know what time. Probably around like 7 something. Well, is that really the morning? Yeah, around like 7 something. But yeah, guys. Have a great holiday. A happy Merry Christmas or whatever else. Peace out. I'll be posting this at 2 a.m. Yeah, bye guys.